I want to introduce to you a great art activity that you can do with your pupils or children if they are learning about World War II. It's unbelievably simple. All it takes is some chalk and some paper, but it's a great way to start a conversation about the war. Maybe you're learning about the Blitz, or maybe you're teaching about VE Day or even propaganda. Well, this activity will help you do that while also producing something brilliant. But before I show you the activity, we need to look at one of the most important images ever taken during World War II. This is a photo called St. Paul's Survives, and it was taken on the 30th of December 1940 by the photographer Herbert Mason. The photo takes place on the 114th night of consistent bombing by the German Luftwaffe, something we call the Blitz. What we see is St. Paul's Cathedral in the centre of the frame, still standing while London burns around her. This image became a symbol of Allied resilience in the face of fear and destruction. You see, we often think of artwork as being something that is fun or decorative or beautiful, but it's really important for us to understand that it can also be used as a symbol, a way of articulating to a large number of people something that cannot be described necessarily in words. Fear, joy, love, those kinds of things. And so images in World War II were incredibly important. You only have to look at Picasso's Guernica to understand how important an image can be. So let's create a piece of artwork inspired by that incredible image, but also one that helps develop cutting skills, use of chalk and stencils. Okay, so grab yourself some black paper, some white paper and a bit of chalk. Using the white paper, draw a skyline across the middle. This doesn't need to be anything fancy, just draw some different sized box shapes with the occasional triangle thrown in. Make sure you draw a wide box shape in the middle. This is where St. Paul's Cathedral will go. Draw a nice big semicircle for the dome of the cathedral, and then stick an upside down ice cream cone on top. Cut along the line as best you can, but don't worry too much if it's a bit wonky. It is the Blitz after all. Put the stencil onto the black paper and use some tape if necessary. Then, using your chalk, rub over the stencil and onto the black paper. Put plenty of dust on there. Then use your finger to blend the chalk dust into smoke and flames. Using the edge of your chalk, draw some diagonal lines and fill them in. These are the searchlights looking for enemy planes. Using leftover scrap paper, draw and cut wonky lines to create the damaged buildings in the foreground. And you can cut out rectangles to create windows. And when it's all done, use the cheapest hairspray you can find to stick it all down. It will look like it's disappearing, but don't worry, it will come back. You know, one of the hardest parts of making tutorials is knowing how to end the video. So click subscribe, like, do a thumbs up, tell your friends about it, and have a great art session. I'll see you in the next one.